So look, you're being socially responsible. You're on the road here, all by yourself, secluded from everybody else. I love it.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's good when you're stuck in the house all day with family. Sometimes it's good to just, take an aimless drive, for some alone time, clear your head, um, and see where your car wheels take you.
Absolutely, absolutely. So that's one thing I've been noticing a little more traffic going
Yeah,
back and forth,
same
right?
same here. A lot more cars are on the road. It was nice over the weekend, so I think a lot of people just want to get out of the house. Don't know where people were going to, but definitely more traffic on the road.
Nice. Well, so just to check in, we know that you had just closed on your house, right? So congratulations on that.
Thank you. Thank you.
And all the fun stuff that goes along with that. That's
Yeah, it's been a lot, past couple of days, but the important one of the things that I've always stressed, which I realized on my own transaction just recently, the importance of having your team in place. When buyers are going to buy a house, you have to have the realtor. The Keit Team covers every which way to Sunday.
mhm.
Queens, Brooklyn, Bronx, Manhattan, Nassau County, Suffolk County. But you have to have your home inspector, you have to have your attorney, you have to have your lender, you have to have your title company. And when you have those trusted professionals in place, it'll make the transaction that much more easy, more smooth, and highly recommend to all buyers, before or in the beginning stages, trying to, get those professionals in place. And there's a lot of professionals know one another. So when you have a lot of these people in place, your team, just like if you're playing a game of basketball, your five people on your basketball team, you know where they'll be at all times. They know the roles that they play. Just like in the real estate transaction, those professionals know which role they play, know what they have to do in the timely fashion to get the deal done.
Yeah, and that's tremendously critical. Just because it is a moving, there's a lot of moving pieces, and you need to coordinate with a lot of people. And honestly, nightmares happen when there's somebody that's not part of that team. That's like,
Correct. I
you know,
can't explain, countless times, of just when the attorneys, are not reachable, or if there's, an attorney is not coordinating with the title company the correct way, or if the attorney's not coordinating with the bank attorney, in a timely fashion, things all lead to delays, and at the end of the day, everybody's working on behalf of the buyer, and they want to close in a timely fashion. And a lot of times, there's a domino effect. So a lot of times the buyer's buying the house from the seller's then going to buy another house from somebody else, and the list goes on and on. So it's important to have that team in place so everybody's operating like a well-oiled machine, doing their part in a timely fashion.
and there's that universal rule that, right, that time kills all deals, right?
Yeah, correct.
So
And look what happened, but in our current environment that we're in, I know a lot of people that were in contract. Unfortunately, they got laid off, and they were not able to close. Meanwhile, they were prepping, getting commitment, getting rate locks in, and getting their mortgage in place, perhaps even arranging movers. And then, coronavirus happened, and things got delayed, or things, got suspended, or could not happen, so by having everybody move, the way that you need to, um, definitely helps. And I definitely encourage everybody, have that team in place. Feel free and pick our brain, here at the Keit Team, who our trusted professionals are.
even pre-COVID, when you had deals where, how it was a seller's market and you had buyers that would come by and they would make offers at full price, above full price. You had multiple offer situations. There were deals that wouldn't go through just because an inspector took too long to bring back the report, right?
Absolutely. A home inspector should be able to turn around the report in 24 to 48 hours tops.
Yep.
And home inspectors, I've had times where buyers or other brokers told me, oh, the home inspector said, they'll be here on Friday. Meanwhile, it was Monday. I'm like, doesn't take 4 days to schedule a home inspection, or 5 days. Home inspectors can move quickly. And during those 4 or 5 days, until a contract is fully executed, we are still showing, we're still entertaining offers. So people have the potential to lose out on a property just because they're waiting on a home inspection report or a home inspection to take place. So you need to have that team in place way in advance so that you don't lose out on your purchase.
Right. And one thing that I want to make clear to the public is that sense of urgency is from what we're talking about, because some misconstrue it and they think that the agents might be too pushy or certain parties might be too pushy, but it's all a matter of having that fiduciary responsibility to our sellers, and also to protect deals that do come in. So if it takes
Yeah,
4 days,
we're here, depending on who we represent, we're here, to work on the client's behalf, whether buyer or seller. We understand the excitement on the buyer side, that they want to be able to purchase the house, they want to win the potential bidding war, or just, get the property of their dreams. And that's why it's not us being pushy. It's we're looking out for your best interests, to perform in a timely fashion, because nothing's ever done until the contracts are fully executed, and at that point nothing is done until we close. So, and from a seller side, we're still showing the house, we're still entertaining all offers and presenting all offers. So we want to make sure that we do our fiduciary duties, for our sellers as well.
right. So, and that's a critical point. And you know, besides the fact that time is essential, teamwork is essential. The experience that you guys have is also essential,
Yeah,
right?
we always say getting the buyer, when we have a listing, getting a buyer is 1/3 of the job. 2/3 is coordinating everything else. We stay on top of the entire deal, from the home inspection to getting contracts signed, to getting contracts delivered to the seller's attorney, staying on top of where the appraisal is in the, we want to make sure that bank orders the appraisal ASAP, getting that commitment letter in time, coordinating, helping our sellers if they need any moving, any tag sale people, any clean out. There's a lot of moving parts, a lot of behind the scenes work that a lot of the public doesn't know what the realtors actually do. They think if they don't hear from their realtor over the couple of weeks or couple of days, whatever it may be, that we're not doing anything. We're doing a whole lot, and I invite any of our buyers or sellers to come see what we do on an everyday basis behind the scenes, because that's really the 2/3 of the job that is the most important, is that follow-up, staying on top of the attorneys, the mortgage lenders, to make sure that we close in a timely fashion.
And with that being said, though, I will say that one of the things that I've noticed about you guys is that your communication through each aspect of a transaction is always on point and systematic. So there is no that delay where people don't know what's going on, right?
My goal, our goal as the key team, is we're always looking to beat the sellers to the punch, or the buyers. We're looking to never overpromise and underdeliver. We keep our word. We want to beat them to the punch. We want them to hear from us first, which they always do, rather than them calling us to say, hey, where are we, in the transaction. So every week we follow up with our buyers and sellers. Even if there's no update, we tell them, status quo, we're still waiting on X, Y, or Z. But they're hearing from us, because I know, even from my own, how I operate personally, sometimes when I don't hear from somebody, it drives me crazy, just like it does with everybody else. You just want to hear from people. When you hear from people, it keeps everybody calm, cool, and positive in the whole transaction.
Right, because in reality, the real estate transaction is a high stress, high anxiety, highly emotional situation for a lot of people, right?
Yeah, it's the biggest purchase or the biggest sale of most people's lifetime, or it's the biggest asset, in their portfolio of wealth building. Is there, whether it's their primary residence, their investment property, whatever the case may be, very few transactions that I can even think of off the top of my head, equal the amount that, the house does. And so therefore, you're right. Stress, anxiety, everything, fun, everything plays a factor, and at the end of the day, we just need to communicate. And that's what we do best is over communicate, keep our promise, never under deliver. We want to over deliver. And that's why us personally, as the Keit Team, 99%, 98% of our business is referral business from satisfied buyers, sellers, our networking sphere, brokers of all brands. We work, we cooperate and pay referral fees with brokers of all brands, because they know that our Keit Team concierge service, our top bar service, we're going to get the job done and deliver, beyond expectations.
Absolutely. And you don't have to take his word for it. Go on Google, check out their reviews, go on Facebook, go on Zillow, and you can see
Facebook,
it there.
Zillow, correct. All the above. There's a reason, Helen, my mother's been doing this for 41 years, myself for 15 years almost, that, satisfied buyers and sellers, brokers of all brands, we do the right thing, go above and beyond, and, here to help anybody and everybody looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate in the New York City 5-borough area, as well as Nassau, Suffolk counties. So always, contact us at our website, keitteam.com, our Facebook, The Keit Team. So check us out there. And of course, check us out on YouTube. Subscribe to our channel, The Keit Team, on YouTube. And hope to see you all soon on our next episode of Keit Team Talks.